Gracias. I'll have to do this in English, though I realize Spanish is a much more beautiful language. But I've only been here 5 days. It's my first visit to Spain, so I'm sure it'll be working better with English than if I try Spanish. Okay. I call my paper intellectual video. No, what do I call it? I call it intellectual video filming. It's about, the question is whether you can use filmmaking as a philosophical tool, as an academic philosophical tool or a tool for the humanities. Can you produce video essays or film essays that will do the same thing as you can do when you write an essay in the traditional academic fashion? I've been working in this borderland between philosophy and filmmaking for many years, and right now I'm working in Roskilde University on a program where we both teach philosophy and communication and filmmaking. And we attract students from all over Europe, and even some here from Barcelona have been there to visit us. Now, the film language, if there is such a thing as film language, or I should say, the way you can communicate with film is very international. And that is one of the reasons why I think it's important that we try, as academics and intellectuals, to take up the challenge of exploring the possibilities of the new media in cooperation with the gifted students. And it seems to me that the students of today often find it quite natural to work in this way. That is not always the case with my university colleagues. Now, the first necessary steps in teaching students to become intellectual video producers are to override some of the popular presumptions about the nature of film and about the nature of thinking. Or to be more precise, we must become clear about the vast signifying and communicative power of recording and editing, and we must become clear about the actual ways in which academic humanism and critical reflections can take place. Students often meet up with the expectations and ideas about video making that stem from what they themselves are used to be watching. They would like to produce something that looks like Hollywood and sounds like MTV, and is as popular as their favorite TV show. But we do something else. After some exercises in video production, I'm usually able to show the students how you can communicate and what the communicative functions of film are. We see film not as a way of representing reality, but film is always produced and a shaped presentation of something for someone, by someone. So it's the performative aspect of communication that we stress. So what we want the students to do is to engage in video projects that communicate and impart new insights, new thoughts, not only to the viewer, but also to themselves as makers or as the creators of the film. Ideas and meanings have to be expressed in some form or other in order to be communicated. And verbal language has a wealth of possibilities, as we know, both in oral and in written form. But most of these possibilities of language work very well with video and on the screen media. But you can actually do more in these modern dynamic media. You have many additional ways of expressing yourself and many additional ways of communicating. You have camera movements, you have cuts, you have wipes, you have the interaction of music and sounds interacting with the picture and the live picture, and several picture-in-picture options. So you have new communicative and, as I see it, intellectual tools. So it's not so that the film media is a poorly qualified medium of intellectual work. In fact, it includes verbal language, but it has many other additional means of making sense and expressing qualities and telling stories. It is a highly qualified media for heavy thinking. And today, the paradigm of intellectual work and humanism should not be that of formal logic. Indeed, what is needed is an awareness of what is going on in a complex and dynamic world, an ability to sense the phenomena and problems as they appear in the context of changing local and global conditions. And the aesthetic and communicative forms of modern media, with all their colorful and dynamic aspects, are well suited for carrying out the tasks of sensitive and sense-making humanism. So jobs in this area may not be plenty or well paid, but certainly there are jobs worthwhile doing. Also, it must be clear that the nature of intellectual work is hardly to produce easy and distinct answers, but more likely that of asking new questions into debate and to tumble with grand problems, difficult issues bordering on ethics, politics, religion, art, history, psychology, and other sciences. Sometimes upsetting our normal view and making new constellations of old concepts and myths, sometimes appealing to fantasy and to new visions. Critical reading is as reading between the lines. And I would like to add that video might be a very excellent media for showing us what is hiding between the lines. Both books and videos may communicate philosophy and other worthy thoughts, and the intellectual challenge and ripening process of making a video essay is no smaller than that of writing one on paper. Oh, 2 hours. No. I have seen some amazing results from students, and I'm sure it is worthwhile continuing this road. It is only a matter of teaching ourselves and the intellectuals of the future to embrace the new media and their vast potentials, and to prove that to learn how to shoot film is to learn how to see more and how to understand more and how to think more. To think and to address questions of our present culture and to address the grand questions of truth, beauty, and the good life, all of this should rather be pursued by actively taking a camera in hand than by consuming the latest talk shows and commercials. Thank you.